people doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will build school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition, CDC are everything. People doing market, children.
Been faced with serious network issue, but we're glad to be back here that kindly share the video. We are still here.
People are going to cry on you. You have to feel sorry for people that contract. When you vote here, then I don't mean for personality. When I did, I'm not going to be guilty. I'm going to answer. Because I told you, I don't want to go to those things that we want to have maybe. The see where I told the man people like that, your family and your election.
Welcome to a member of the press.
Thank you.
So today we have a joint team comprising of the Environmental Protection Agency, the Ministry of Public Works, jointly
From the Supreme Court, what has not ruled yet? The court has reserved ruling, but again, consistently during the process, the court has insisted that we must follow the law, and the law is simple that we must follow Article 33. The speaker is still the speaker. He won't take it out of the House. So we are just waiting now for the final ruling. But again, it was that clear in the proceedings.
If they really go against you, are you going to accept it?
We've always said that we are people who follow the rules, the law. But again, I've just told you, all of the proceedings that went on, it was consistently said that we must follow the law. And the law that we must follow, it was quoted that we must follow Article 33 and Article 49.
So
there is nothing called majority.
So in short,
absentees, they can come to session.
So in short, it still counts of the due process.
The due process. Who is the speaker? The speaker is political. And it's that clear. For you to get rid of political power, you must have 49 people. Until that's the law.
There is this allegation from Honorable Yeke Kodoba that you as chairman of always.
I want to deal with the court issue today.
Okay.
When Yeke Kodoba speaks, if you're asking for clarity, the day I get ready to speak, I will speak on my own. I'm not Yeke Kodoba.
Yes, but he said you.
I thought you wanted to ask me about the issue.
Yeah, we did already.
So thank you very much. Let me go and have my lunch. I'm coming back with a bit of my damas. Speak of Yeke Kodoba on the issues. When I get ready to speak, as the chairman with everything on the meeting.
In the businesses, our party headquarters will base school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will base school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will base school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC are everything. People doing market, children being their businesses. Our party headquarters will base school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition.
Sinon, au câble, les minutes de la câble, là, ils vont avoir que minka, là, ils vont que minka, ils n'ont qu'à me voir plus. Oh, bien, il est.
I am the Speaker of the Republic of Nigeria. Of the 55th legislature. I'm also proud to be a common citizen. So when we see the people coming, we need to pack inside the room. What you are witnessing here today is an affirmation of the statement that this is the Masses Party, that the party belongs to you. The power you gave us, we give it back to you. And the $1 you will pay today, you will ensure that in 2029, you will give it back to us. I am the Speaker of the Republic of Nigeria. Of the 55th pacific legislature. I'm also proud to be a common citizen. So when we see the people come up, we need the pack inside of the room. What you are witnessing here today is an affirmation of the statement that this is the masses party, that the party belongs to you. The power you gave us, we give it back to you. And the $1 you will pay today, you will
red judgment in the interest of the country. So whatsoever judgment this Supreme Court come up with, I will abide by it.
What's the expectation?
My expectation is it will rule in the interest of the law. That's my expectation, and I believe in that. So you see, like some of the questions that I asked on Shemo, you know, not take for example the Chief Justice here, then will sit down upstairs and say the Chief Justice will come up to us. You think that's a procedure? He said no, that's not the case. You know, Shemo is very old. You need to retire now. Because the council is talking to enforcement, I'm not insulting the council. People can get old. People can get old. When people get old, you know, and the mistake someone up there. I know New Joseph Walker was 85-year-old going to a 90 on that going to power. You see his brain had collapsed and
that's strange. That's strange.
Let's go to the issue right for which we are here for. Yeah, let's go straight to the point for which we are here, right? You talk in a minority bloc. Now, how can you analyze everything that went on there?
The people on the bench kept saying Article 33 and 49. What 33 say, what 49 say? The Constitution recognizes Natl lntl. That's what the people keep saying. The Constitution does not recognize a Tomo Fala while the Speaker is present. So they asked Councillor Shemo, when the Deputy Speaker in a rebel group was sitting, was the Speaker present? He said, yeah, the Speaker was in one room. Everybody just laughed. You know, you can't do this to the country.
In one room, that could mean he was absent.
That means he was present. But they don't want to say he was present. You know, people got a personal issue with Natl lntl. They will go and solve it like Councillor Shemo. Councillor Shemo got his personal issue with some case that Natl lntl went with before. So he has taken the thing personal and leaving the interest of the Liberian people. The interest of the Liberian people first. And we think the Supreme Court will rule. The Supreme Court, I don't want it to rule to say in my favor. Let them just rule. So the ruling is, you say antiviral, autoviral, coronavirus. The people don't understand, and the Chief Justice said it. The Chief Justice said we will not interpret or will not give our ruling for the marketeers, but we give our ruling for the councillors, you councillors, to be able to understand the ruling. And they understood it very well.
So you listen to the various judges, including the boss herself. Do you think there's a possibility of the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the majority bloc?
No, the Supreme Court will rule in favor of the law.
I'm just asking what.
No, the Supreme Court. No, I don't want to have that notion that the Supreme Court will rule in favor of the minority or the majority. The Supreme Court, look, because after this time, they will go to the public will judge them. You know why the guys on lawmaker in the time when they pass, people don't recognize them? People say, of course, I agree. But if you didn't advance me 6 years ago, don't advance me now. I don't need your advance. If you thought I was causing 6 years ago, you should advance me to stop it. Why you want me to stop insulting one reckless man? And I told him, I said, reckless worker, if you win this election and you don't proceed the right way, I will tell you things more than this. You think Joseph Walker is surprised? He's not surprised.
Bishop Yeke, you're talking to the president.
I'll be in church.
You said you were bishop yesterday.
The Chief Justice, according to what she said, that she needs to be on security or more protection of her life. Because she
knows that they think it's about the Liberian people. The judgment she will make will not satisfy me, will not satisfy all of people. So she needs her security. You have to be free with that. She needs her security. You got to be free with that. Look at, for example, Jim Kool then bossing door. You think want to rule against Jim Kool then? You think Jim Kool will be happy? Rachel Kool has already shown to all his girlfriends, including the woman that he carried the child to go and do DNA to, and the children out for him. When the rule against
Bishop Yeke, you should stick to the post. You should stick to. You should stick.
Can you talk about your suspension? Can you talk about your suspension?
Back to the Chief Justice. Because so left is in danger.
You see, some have to be clear with the issue, right? No, this is a case that will get people frustrated. They will rule again and get frustrated.
So just verify your claims that the past president was
Bossman, we got the information, and my information is reliable. Like Jeremiah Kool is harassing the people. Look, like Jeremiah Kool country here, like a power property here. We're gonna be careful of the country. This country will live. It will decide to be sincere to the people.
CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. CDC 12 years in opposition. CDC, everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses.
Okay, folks, good morning, welcome. Remember, it is often said that money is a very good commodity, but if it is not used wisely, regret becomes your friend. The falling of the dry leaves are also the warning to the raw ones. It's from that background this morning. Let me say good morning to all of you from the length and breadth of this country. Good morning, welcome to the Kool Morning Ride. Today is Thursday. It's on the 17th day in the month of April. The year stands at 2025. 12 minutes past 7 o'clock this morning. Wherever you are, folks, it's an honor to welcome all of you to this broadcast. Remember that this is Liberia. We must put the broken pieces together so as to lift the ordinary people from poverty to prosperity. It's from that background this morning we have come to inform all of you that we are here. And let me inform you, my name is Emmanuel Gaviche Told Sarkandun, the Barcelona man, the man who managed to have, getting the early victory for themselves that saved their faces today, seeing them to the semi-final stage of the Champions League. The guys are here. Sarkandun is behind the camera. Let me say thanks to him and all of his colleagues who are doing all they can to ensure that you stream us live from your respective areas across the globe. Don't forget, we are all part of the world. Just go on our website, www.knewsonline.com, and of course, the online radio is blinking live. And some of you who have your relatives, friends, loved ones outside of Liberia who want to get updated with all of the latest developments in Liberia is also talk about this morning. As you are aware, we will certainly be here for the first 1 hour this morning. We talk about training developments in Liberia, and of course at 8 o'clock we're going to look at issues surrounding it. Some of the, don't forget, we have issues to talk about concerning helps, this issue regarding the For Life Healing Center International. That is an institution that chooses to save lives, and we're going to the Marie Magan Hot-Tea, is actually one of the best tea right now in time. Some of you who are battling various illnesses, we will certainly see how best we give you a clear understanding about that at 8 o'clock this morning. At 9 o'clock this morning, folks, we will play host to the former Grace Band. She's going to be here in studio this morning to provide her side following the issuance of arrests from the Monrovia City Court on grounds that a couple of properties valued at so many Liberian dollars being destroyed on her instruction. The yellow machine operator who in question as well, and she's going to be here for an hour to tell us exactly what is really the cause, or what are some of the allegations leveled against her, how truthful they are, and what prompted her. You know, there are a couple of things that we will be asking, and she'll be providing pieces of information to all of you, because many of you being concerned, you know, about the whole thing. So we have been doing everything we can, been knocking on her door so as to be our guest this morning to give you her side of the story. So be there, don't go away. Wiki in just a moment from now, bringing you on the microphone, and of course we're going to move on. Don't forget the most talked about bit of information filed by Vital Speaker Jonathan for Natl lntl is expected on next Wednesday, right after the senatorial by-election in Nimba County. All ears and eyes, while Liberians will be getting preliminary results from the Nimba County by-election for the senatorial post May vacant following the death of former Senator Prince Yomin Johnson. All ears and eyes now will be at the level of the Supreme Court so as to get the ruling for a bit of information file. We're going to take a very short break, okay? We're going to take a brief out. When we come back, we want to certainly move on and bring you these issues as we go along. Be there. Invite a person to listen with you if you can, but it's important to get these information so as to have you very informed. Let's take this break to be back.
To you all, my dear brothers and sisters, I look back on my life. I had a very good friend. You know, I used to play for IE, and the young man was a Barrow fan. It's a Mandingo boy who loved Barrow.
We'll make a brief stop at the ongoing UEFA Champions League. Well, the Champions League had reached its semi-final stage. At this stage, it's just not easy, because every stage a team approach in the Champions League, there's a package. Arsenal now become the most, in fact, the favorite to win this year Champions League. Arsenal is now the favorite. Per the statistics released, Arsenal stands 28% favorite to win the Champions League. Barcelona is at 21, and you go on Paris Saint-Germain as well as Inter Milan, but Arsenal, what they demonstrated, in a way, it's horrible. It's embarrassing. And imagine all of what Real Madrid players, the technical staff, the coach, the fan, and just go on naming after all of the filming, quote unquote, the guys, and this just validate the African proverb that says, no matter how the owner, or no matter how the billy goat tie face, the owner will still sell it. Madrid did all they could, threatening themselves. They said they were threatening Arsenal, and all Arsenal did, the players kept quiet. And while Madrid players, spectators, and whoever were filming on the internet, they were, on Twitter and all of that, Facebook, Arsenal players kept their focused mind onto the game. In fact, all what Real Madrid were doing, it appears to be a complete scare tactics, and the tactic could not do anything better for them. So at the end of the day, the guys succumbed again to Arsenal. Imagine. Oh, we close the roof on the Bernabeu, Santiago Bernabeu, the roof, whenever the roof is closed, and you know, we made it. In fact, we hit up the stadium so that the rest, the 42 copper rights. It's so interesting this morning, but however, you know, rest now being, you know, popularly known as 42 copper rights, and that 42 copper rights, 2 was extracted. They extracted 2 there for Real Madrid, and it was level 40. Last night now, with all of the scare tactics Real Madrid put in place, imagine the junior players, landlord, the senior players went through, did all of their formalities. Imagine Real Madrid boss arriving at Santiago Bernabeu last night were heavily guarded, and you know the spectators were in their numbers, received them, but the one they call seeking fulfill, what for you shall see your face. It was for Arsenal, and the Arsenal player kept quiet. They were more focused. They were not saying anything on the social media because they never underestimated Real Madrid. Because let's be real, Champions League is owned by Real Madrid. That is existing facts that no one can rule out. Okay, and no one go against Real Madrid, the Barcelona, and into a Champions League at certain stage, that the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, these stages of the competition. Believe me, it's just not anything somebody gonna play with. But let me bring on Wiki. I know Wiki might be a little bit smiling, but how are Wiki? Good morning.
Good morning, man. I've been following you. We had a good breakdown, but managed to reach here. But it was great. Watching Arsenal, getting the most successful European side, Real Madrid, out of the Champions League, especially at the quarterfinal, to book a space in the semi-final. Yeah. It's so historical with a lot of young players from the Arsenal squad, Bakayoko Saka, who just returned from injury, and now back in his form. He made up for the penalty that he missed yesterday, but yesterday got a goal, you know. But Arsenal deserves to be where she is today. The 2 legs, home and away, Real Madrid did not come close to Arsenal.
Not at all.
No, the Real Madrid people must live to admit to some of these things. But thankfully, they got a very good goalkeeper.
Yeah, Courtois.
Yeah, I know the president of the Republic of Liberia is so happy they want to celebrate him because you know, he's a die-hard Arsenal fan, as a due pay member, as a matter of fact. You know, he will always concentrate when Arsenal play. Nobody disturbs him, and not just it.
Interesting. Arsenal surfaced to the semi-final stage of the Champions League, and the last time they were at this stage was in 2009. So since 2009, Arsenal.
And it's a third time at this stage in the history.
Oh yes, yes, that's it.
So the thing in my head and what we
no, it there. So the from it tells us that 6 years, Arsenal back to the semi-final stage of the Champions League.
And nobody last time to root them out. You know?
No, they are the favorite right now. They are the favorite because taking out Real Madrid, you saw Barcelona. Barcelona lost a little percentage of being more favorite into the competition after they lost to Borussia Dortmund, because everyone expected Barcelona to have kept, you know, their hope alive. Though their hope is still alive, but they should have maintained their pace by defeating Borussia Dortmund, like what Arsenal did. You can pick up 4-0 win in the first leg, and the second leg you cannot score your own goal. It was even a player of Borussia Dortmund who scored own goal that gave Barcelona, you know, the 3-1 loss, or else Barcelona couldn't have touched the net by themselves. So that alone brought their percentage, and it even dropped the momentum a bit down as compared to Arsenal. Arsenal now, they have rejuvenated their spirit. they are so, you know, prepared right now. And anything that faces Arsenal, like Paris Saint-Germain are going to face Arsenal into the Champions League semi-final, it's going to be something that Paris is actually in a worry, you know. And so everyone now watching out to see, because Arsenal have now won this competition since they've been on 103 years so far. The last time they were there was 2006 when they were defeated by Barcelona. Giulio Belletti and Samuel Eto'o got the 2 goals. Since they left, 19 years now, they are now been to the final. So upon their, if the players will not get distracted and keep focused, do all they can, and surface to the grand final, because what happened since 2000, 2001, all of the teams that have gone to the Champions League final for the very first time have lost all. So that particular record still stands. So the fact that Arsenal, because in 2008 Chelsea went to the final for the very first time against Manchester United, where John Terry had the opportunity to have scored a goal and won the trophy and missed out. Man U won that particular competition. We saw the one between Tottenham Sports and Liverpool. Even the one Chelsea's second championship she won in Champions League was against Man City. Man City at that level had all of the caliber of players. They had all of the best record. But because the first time facing Chelsea into the grand final of the Champions League, but that particular record still maintained. Chelsea won them a single goal. Carl Albert scored that goal. Now, looking at Arsenal, if she surfaced for the Champions League grand final, it will be her second time. This now, if the record will stand, meaning they might be true and getting the victory, but they also should not forget about Barcelona.
Yeah, sure. We're going to talk about that more because, you know, I know a lot of great guys in Liberia support Arsenal, support Real Madrid, some of our trusted friends, our ally, you know. The special presidential advisor to the president on tourism also is a big fan of Arsenal as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ambassador Christopher is on. He's also, I know, he's been celebrating his victory. But this is the kind of discussion you will have at workplaces today. You know, you sit in the transport vehicle, you sit on the back, in the get there, everybody talking about it. You have the divided opinion, but people are arriving at the fact that maybe this could just be asking her second time asking, and she might just get it.
Yeah.
Real Madrid scored her first goal. She scored her first goal on Arsenal yesterday in an open play.
Yeah,
that was her first goal that she added the score. But I think Courtois has been outstanding for them.
Yes.
But because the first leg were then out of the reach completely. That score 3, but not the score with the way Arsenal play and the kind of goal attempts. But we're going to talk about that. You know, Emmanuel, it's a pleasure to have all of you joining us this morning on the morning ride. It promises to be great as usual. So we are here this morning to talk the talk and walk the walk. And our man Sakano is sitting right behind the camera producing all of the video and the sound.
The man's a Barcelona fan.
Yes,
he's not a proud.
But I think he looks troubled this morning.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's thinking because Arsenal will be facing PSG.
Yeah,
that's the fixture. Arsenal is going to face PSG. Well,
Inter Milan.
Yeah, Inter Milan. Yeah, last night the game 2-2. Lorato Martinez, the informed Inter Milan captain, was again at the rescue. You know, Muller with Iran again to Harry Kane and the 2 English players, Harry Kane and Dyer. They got the goals, but he couldn't help them to cross the line. So, Emmanuel, I understand I will have the former superintendent.
Yes.
Of Montserrat County at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Grace Brown. Yeah. Okay.
Grace Brown going to be here. There are a couple of things we have to talk about.
Yeah, because there are we understand that she was arrested briefly. The team, so she's going to be talking about that because there are a lot of allegations leveled against her. You know, the issue of property, land issue, break it down. So we will look into that matter. She will be able to address all of the allegations.
Very important.
But as we move on to it, you know, we have spoken about the issue of fighting corruption in our country for a long period of time. And sometimes we do it with lip service. We, at times, selective in how we go about doing it. But this is it. And I want people to sit back, listen and listen with comprehension. And don't take your telephone to send me text, or I will mess your whole day or the day. Yes. You will be embarrassed every corner that you pass today. I'm not taking back play from anybody. Don't dare try it. I will not promote you, I will not call your name, but I got a way to handle you with ease. Here's the matter. And our folks need to come to think about this. We cannot keep doing these things to certain group of people and leave certain people out. There are two issues. The assets recovery team wrote the former chief of protocol of the former president, Bono, concerning an investigation that was ongoing before that state order came from the Supreme Court on gracious wrath, and another copy of which are signatures on two corporate documents, and they need to know how the vehicles, the fleet of Suzuki vehicles that you see gracious wrath on, how they didn't get to the country, how they were required, especially you being a public official serving in such capacity to have gotten yourself into a huge business of such. There's a need to know whether you had a duty free, how was it procured, and all of these things. But there are folk who feel, oh, the people want to wish on. Now, today, by 2:30, they should have been at the asset and property material tax book at the Golden Key in Kingree to answer one or two questions. They were rated officially to cooperate, not ordered to have an arrest. But yesterday, the legal team of Bono wrote the asset recovery team that they will not appear today.
For what reason?
They should take them to court, a court of competent jurisdiction. And now, Liberians are watching. And don't forget, earlier on, there's a delegate legal team, when they went to the Supreme Court that the executive order that was issued from the president was illegal, unconstitutional. The Supreme Court took 9 months with a state order where the asset recovery team could not function. With 17 cases already being investigated, pending prosecution. Now, you've been accused, you are not guilty.
Not at all.
You will have all of your legal document and produce it.
So I'm wondering, why are they making a request to now interact with those who they should be interacting with rather than wanting to go straight to court? I'm wondering.
But that's the body there first to make sure they will investigate you. At the final analysis, initially those vehicles were impounded.
Yeah.
And later when the Supreme Court ruled into the matter, and they said no, but then the president acted legally and the asset recovery team is under a constitutional mandate and legally operating. Because the former president said, hi, asset recovery team when he took over, Councillor Arthur Johnson was there. And later resigned. all of the assets and the money that they recover or they retrieve, nobody were told about any report, and we got to get away from this. Because if the sheriff or the Liberia National Police try to enforce, it will escalate and turn into something else to say, oh, the people are hunting people. Our legal people, some of our legal luminaries in this country, because of the few cash they receive, they turn blind eyes to what is properly legal.
So one thing I'm also looking at, from my standpoint, what I see is that though I have not getting hold of.
But this is an invitation.
I have not getting hold of their reason for whatever reason.
You want to say it's unconstitutional, and they file a matter. They initially investigated, so they should go to court.
So you mean
they will not appear today. They wrote officially. They wrote that they differ with the request or the invitation for them to appear, because in the letter that was sent to the honorable woman is that she can appear with a legal team because all of her rights should be protected
under the law.
Under the law.
So one thing I also see into it is that from the look of things, it speaks to the fact that they do not trust the team to have them investigated. Is that the reason, or is that some of the reason behind the scene that is causing some of these deliberate attempt to not honor the invitation? Because this is a kind of process.
And this is what she wrote. She said, I am not going to subject myself to any asset recovery. You cannot be the opposing team and be the referee. Why would you have invited me since you have evidence? Use it. That's what she told the task force communication.
Oh yeah. So the task force have their constitutional power now.
And don't forget, the man who is heading the task force once was under the regime, the former president was the head of LCC.
Yeah.
And another thing here is this. You know the former managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Dana Kamara.
Yeah, Dana
Kamara. And this is where I try to get this thing around my head. When the new management team took over, they did an inventory, they did some audit, they discovered that US $240,510 intended for the operations of the company when misapplied, could not be accounted for. And the case being on since 2024. Donna Kamara, former managing director, he was invited by the LCC. He was invited by the LCC. And here is the shocking part of it. They have reached a settlement. They have reached a settlement with the LCC in this corruption case, that he will restitute the money and admitted that yes, the money was misapplied. But this is a man who walking scot-free, but we're taking people who jack somebody mobile phone and behind bars, pre-trial detainee, who have never faced trial for years, but we're sitting with people and telling them how to pay back. And the LCC currently is acting in the absence of the court. They have reached a settlement, of which they said they have already started paying. Over 38,000, full installment. The stipulation will be placed out.
He's not the only person.
No, he's not.
He's not the only person. There are several defendants in connection to this.
The thing, yeah, is
$240,510 intended for the operational.
Yeah. When Mo Ali took over as managing director, when he voiced us on anything, people felt that he just wanted to say, oh, the manager won't say these things because if he wants to show that he's working, or he wants to prove to President Barker that he's so serious and want to witch hunt. Yeah, he said he admitted and he's paying back.
And
you know, we gotta be careful. It's not. It's also a good example that people restitute, but we should not allow it to take a space into our society. And we're not the kind of country before people feel that they can do it intentionally. At the end of the day, they say, "Wow, pay the money back."
So he is expected to restitute 38,000.
Yeah.
Because he stated that when he misapplied the amount of over, so it could be more than that 38,000.
He's going to pay the full sum of $38,940 within 4 installations, of which they have already made a significant payment according to the LCC.
The case has been before the criminal court since 2024. And when, you know, this alone...
You know, the thing was a whole syndicate. Yes, besides the former MD, others named in the arrest order were mostly Momo, he was Deputy Managing Director for Administration, George Nika, Manager for Material Administration, Chair Masakwe, Manager, Coordinator for Grand Bassa County, Mohammed Kone, owner of the Sise Brothers Business Center, and Ayuba Kamara, an employee of the business center.
Complete cartel.
You're telling us that these people, yeah, it's just almost the same case with Bernie Sampa and co-defendants. These people were prosecuted, found guilty, were to serve prison term, they were pardoned, giving money to pay back. You convicted somebody and you decided to pay the money on behalf of the person.
So into this case, something is also missing. Now he have admitted to restitute that amount of money, but those whose name have been shortlisted into this particular corruption case, whether they themselves have admitted or agreed to restitute similar amount of money, have not been made known. And there are people also wondering to know whether the LCC have gone after these individuals' names.
Yeah, LCC went after so many people, and so many people are not even in the country. How do we get it? So many people not even in the country. If we start to reach agreement with these people, it didn't apply in other countries, Nigeria, America, other places, yeah. But people are serving penalties for such action that you set precedent to avoid future reoccurrence of some of these things.
Okay, these individuals were charged with economic sabotage, misuse of public money, property, and the record theft of property, misapplication of entrusted property, and criminal conspiracy. The one they call criminal conspiracy, I agree 150 times.
Now, the court record said that among others, an amount of 99,000 was allegedly transferred from a project account belonging to the LWC to a Booker's offshore company called Hydro Council.
That's how they work. Now,
and these people will create artificial debt at the expense of the poor, suffering masses. Then we put money in the budget and say we want to settle our people who we are indebted to. And every year it goes up. Every year it goes up. But we will put money there thinking that we have reduced it. Later we get it more. It has increased.
Imagine there are some of the information that the guys who put out 59,000 gallons of fuel were procured at a cost of US $177,730 by the management of the LWSC and the project implementation unit You see, all these things, and when water business get hard in the face of Liberia, then you expect these people to sit proudly and do not say anything about it, when these projects are intended to have them fully implemented so as to help and produce water for people who are struggling all along. You take these monies intended for the ordinary Liberians, you go and organize your Bukos company. Some of them, their hands are behind these very same companies they transfer the money to. Look at this amount of money, 240,000. You know how many struggling masses can benefit? They could not be getting water from swamp, drinking from rivers. In the mourning era of our country, we still have these things faced as a public, and then money come. See the embarrassment people and cause for people in this country. All of what has happened, there are people still carrying on these Bukos contract and a warning contract, paying government money to them. At the end of the day, they get kickback. Sure. For kickback business, you dash the hope of the ordinary people in the trash can, so that your pot that you have to your house can be boarding, and you do not get. You know what it costs when you do not have a safe drinking water? You know the danger it poses to the ordinary people. Some of you do not drink these water. You have your mineral bottle, you have your water in your freezer and all of that. So you are not bothered by these people lacking safe drinking water. You are not bothered.
And Emmanuel, it will surprise you to know that because of some of the actions, there are people who die in the process because they were drinking unsafe water. There are people who got sick with rashes on their body. Look, if you come to think about it, from the days, the 12-year of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who also fought to see how best to restore the pipeline running water across the city and other parts. We just getting to know that some of the pipes that the FWC have brought in this country, and see the ones that are being replaced. It tells you what we've been drinking. Because if you see some of the points being down there 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Barely.
They have lived
the usefulness
until nothing they could do.
And to the extent the population of Monrovia and its environment have increased.
Oh yes.
And this is one thing that even affecting our country, our population. So we think, and we are not careful in how we budget, because we just feel we stay 2.3 million people when we 5.2 million people.
And when you take a look at previous pipes that were being installed and being used for a couple of years, some of them were even iron. And today, many of the pipes now, you see, even the one that was just imported, you see that it's a coke rubber.
Yeah, because it don't take rust.
Not at all.
For the metal pipes that have been used over a period of time, that was then, and we needed to get off it because water should be tasteless, colorless, but you see the water sometimes brown because of the pipe, the rust all into it. These things have not been, water treatment pool and all of these things. And that's what goes into your body. Like you said earlier, some of the water our people will drink, they don't care. Normally, the water are not even from mineral water company around here. They go to the supermarket. Oh, yeah. The water that come from America, come from the UK, come from other countries, Harrico, Guinea, and other places. They go to buy them.
They are not bothered, Wiki, because the issue is, the Bible says, wherever your treasure is, there your heart will certainly be. When these people were using somebody's water for consumption, they're drinking these waters, by all costs, they will put in mechanism so as to be very okay for everyone. But the fact that these imported water from America and other countries around the world, they use this water for consumption, at the end, they don't care about the commoners. Because whoever that care for the lives of the ordinary people when they are placed in these positions, they will take into account the livelihood of these people, their survivability, how important their health is. But whenever you have the lack of safe drinking water in the various communities, it exposes a serious danger to the lives of these people.
And
Diarrhea,
if you telling these people, your people reach a settlement, there should also be another penalty as well.
Yeah.
Community service. These people should be going to schools and be telling the kids why it is bad when you are in the public space to misuse or misapply or misappropriate public funds intended to smoothly run institutions or to better the lives of the people. You should find time to serve some jail terms and see the condition how others who are still being alleged to be a suspect of some of the crimes who are languishing behind bars across this country for years.
We imagine the very first time they took fuel was 59,000 gallons of fuel, and the next time they went for 54,000 gallons, and that 54,000 gallons was stored at the White Plains water treatment plant in Caldwell in Montserrat County. They went on, did all the Kool on the 1st of June 2020. The defendant received additional 11,000 gallons, making it a total of 19,000 gallons that were taken to an unknown destination.
And you know the terrible part of it? These things were things that World Bank was supporting us. You know, to see how best we could properly, you know, manage the water system and restore a safe and clean drinking water. That our people, because you see, some of the mothers, they go to the pumps. Sometimes they ask people in the community to go and you know, when you're in Central Monrovia and other parts, you see a lot of guys with the push.
Yeah,
with those gallons, they sell this water. When they go to buy, they go there, fill it. People buy it to use it for cooking, for drinking, for, you know, bathing, all of these things. And sometimes people will use it to fix the baby's food.
Yeah.
The children will consume these things.
Even some of the Kool you saw,
you know,
in the street.
The water are not treated properly and not purified enough for the health of the kids. You see sometimes running stomach, rashes on the skin. You start to wonder, but what's really happening? But because you are not the one drinking them,
yeah.
But you sit in a position and being heavily paid, you don't think about the livelihood or the lives of those that you are placed in a position to serve.
Now, the NDCC alleged that the defendants sold the fuel at a full market value of $49,780, then at the rate of $2.62 per gallon.
Yeah, this is
you see? So when they collected the fuel, take it to a known destination, sold the fuel, and use the money for whatever purpose. Some of them go and pay girlfriend school fees. Some of them, for their personal aggrandizement, they endanger the lives of the ordinary people. Who told you if everyone can afford to import water from America or other countries for consumption, who told you to be bothering themselves? In fact, why will you keep making Liberia to get embarrassed to the international partners? When World Bank see it necessary to make intervention in terms of providing safe drinking water for the suffering people of Liberia, and then you think those who provided the funding do not know what they are providing it for, and you choose now to squander these opportunities, and they should not just only restitute the money. Like we said, they should go further than that. There should be precedent. We must always set example that will set a deterrence so as to discourage all of them getting involved in similar acts. But believe me, we've ever seen people who diverted these, public funding to their personal usage and all of that. Tomorrow they will be contesting for representative position. They will be contesting for senatorial position. And we have some of them. We have Abu Bakr Kamara.
Yeah, he was one person too. After he was caught up into the web, he started to restitute. We saw another one with Ricks Basigia.
Yeah, Basigia.
Though after he left the position and was sent to another position, yet
still taking salary.
The salary was still coming. We got to put system into place. We have to.
That mentality.
There were a lot of folks. Just imagine, the kind of money were available, but you find contractors, employees were being owed for months.
Oh yes, they had a stage protest.
On so many occasions, there was a series of protestations that took place at LAUSC. Even today, there are reports of vehicles donated by our international partner, World Bank and other folks, that got missing in thin air. But some of them were seen as scrap. They sold them. Today we can account for some of these vehicles, some of these things that were given us to enhance the operation of some of our institutions. And people took it for their personal use.
But we give when the people brave to send fake or quote unquote large name of companies to have the money transferred to, then that will take vehicle that can move.
And don't forget, there was a leaked audio on Donald Kamara and that of the I think the controller, the deputy for administration, where they were to the phone talking about signing someone a check, and he said no, he would not sign it. He said, man, the minister said he should sign it. He said, no, I will not sign it. And they thought they were suspending investigation, and Donald was also reinstated because he said back then he had a very close relationship with the former president, George Weah, and nobody could touch him so easily. And why in that position? You know that he contested in Bombing County.
But what you expect? I told you, all the monies are monies that is always directed to
the contested in Bombing County with report allegedly that some of the contractors who were been at the LWSC for years reportedly were told, if you want employment status, just go Bombing County and go register.
So why you see now is that those who have created more harm are the ones that are passing all around freely.
Yeah.
And those who cannot afford are the ones that
we hear somebody walk in a community, hear somebody say, roll.
Yeah.
Nobody care to know or want to know exactly what this person stole, and or to have this person arrested and turned over to the law. But rather, we will start to beat on them. Somebody looking for petrol, somebody looking for tire, we set them ablaze. Oh, the man take the stealing motorcycle. We will kill them. Somebody, oh, the man raped, allegedly. You will be behind bars for 6 years. Some of them will die there. Some of them will get sick. They will get thrown out to their family, waiting to die. You got people who fought because in an open space and somebody feel that probably they're close to the power of the or they got financial strength with huge difference and said, you're telling me to sub each. Because two persons fought and you have the upper hand. So you take the man to sub each and he stays there, you abandon him and just don't want to know because you got that financial strength to influence decision coming from the courts. Why we got people with corruption allegations on them hugely in figure are just walking around here, and we got people because action of debt or they are indebted to this person $20 US, $50 US, and people will do broad day robbery on the people and we sit with them on the round table and pamper them. Or see Donald Kamara house in Sophie. Enter his house. When we're sitting on the table and telling people, making stipulation for them to pay. So what happened to those? Is it then we got other folks again from the Ministry of Finance, the FIU, Ministry of Justice, for the past government that used over 6 million for security intelligence. But these are folks who are working. They stay by the air conditioning cars, they sleep in the air conditioning house and living the kind of a life that they should be living. I think shortly we'll continue with the discussion, but it's time that we go for this jingle from the Married for Life Healing Center. Yeah, this morning, and we will go to
TDC 12 years in opposition. TDC are everything. People doing market, children to go to school. TDC 12 years in opposition. TDC are everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. TDC 12 years in opposition. TDC are everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school. TDC 12 years in opposition. TDC are everything. People doing market. 12 years in opposition. TDC are everything. People doing market, children paying their businesses. Our party headquarters will pay school for children to go to school.
Yeah, some of you are suffering from a lot of illnesses. And you've been around for a long period of time, spending use of money and stay in the very same condition. But a lot of interesting things. But and we will continue with the discussion this morning.
And a borrowed man, I'm stranded and he come to help me. But I want to be grateful today for Muta Sharif. Muta, when I graduated from Element Scarborough, I have no chance of going to high school. Mind you, I said I'm from IE, but I'm going to a Barrow person to find a way for me. This is the Liberia it used to be. This is the Liberia that we help each other. The young man, Muta Sharif, came to me and asked me what I'm doing for the next year. I told him that while my grandmother cannot afford me to go to high school. So maybe this year I will stay home and then I can continue to sell my popcorn in Waterside, and then I will have a chance to go to school when I make some money. He said to me, Mr. Weah, you are a good man. I know you're not playing for Barrow, but can I offer you a scholarship? And I said, well, he said to Muslim Congress. I said, why not? So I accepted the offer to go to Muslim Congress. And since then, today, the end of Ramadan, I want to be grateful to Muta Sharif, the man that inspired me. Today, I am the former president. I am the president and the only Ballon d'Or of Africa, simply because a Muslim boy, Muta Sharif, gave me an opportunity. The reason I'm saying this, I want all of you to hear it. When people helped you, you have to be grateful. You listen to the young man, the young scholar, they talk about gratefulness. So I'm grateful to Muta because I grew up in Liberia. I know when they say Mandingo man, when they say Fula people, I grew up with the Fula people and the Mandingo people. Privileges were not something that was given to you. But we all strive for all of us to be Liberians and to work for Liberia. So I want to thank all of you for praying for this country. May our good friend, I hope you hear me, Muta Sharif, may Allah bless you and keep you healthy and you grow strong. As I said to you, I will always pray for you. And I want to say to all of you, today is a joyful day for all of us. You know, when the rest of the time they say, oh, that man, I'm going to go man. But I don't care. God is God. God is one God. We are one people. So I want to say to you, Eid Mubarak. I want to say to you that everything that you pray for, again, may God give it to you. Amen. All of you that are hateful, after this day, you pray for 1 month, take away hate from your soul, so God can give you your blessing that you're looking for. All of you that love to croak even your own people, stop it so God can bless you. All of you that when you get something for the benefit of the Muslim community that you taking it from them, please stop. This is the way forward. You pray for 1 month, make sure you be grateful and you be honest, because only Allah sees you. I love you all, and I want you to know that I am from Muslim Congress. My name, and I will never shy away from that name, Usman. Because I was Usman when I won Ballon d'Or. So if anyone tagged me with Usman, I was Usman when I won Ballon d'Or. So I'm Usman. Because for me, it's not religion. For me, it's people. What they say, I'm part of you. All the best. God bless you. Give you good health. Make all clever and beautiful children in Allah's name. Thank you. Sorry, Kalasco, don't worry, I'm coming.
Nobody want to see us today.
So I want to thank all of you for praying for this country. May our good friend, I hope you hear me, Muta Sharif, may Allah bless you and keep you healthy and you grow strong.
But it's actually Marie for Life Healing Center there in Bonas Fine, that you heard him, right? Opposite the toiletry factory there, the tissue factory, and you just walk across around the garage. The guys are there doing wonderful things. It's not something that is imported. It's from right here, herbs. Right here, no side effects. It's from right here, Liberia. Liberians who are producing these things, a lot of testimony. Some of us, we had time to have gone there yesterday. I saw some of the testimonies, some of the videos. People who've been sick for a long period of time, people with epilepsy, people with typhoid, people with ulcer, low pressure, people who suffering for years from sexually transmitted diseases. There are a whole lot of things they are actually doing. And you know, before the modern medicine came into being that we started to use, our people were applying herbs on some of the sicknesses. And today, some of the countries in the world, the Chinese still believe in that. The Ghanaians, the Nigerians, the Indians, these people still believe in the herbs. They are even modernizing it. It will shock you to know that it's a very, a young Liberian man, he was the CEO. These things are produced right here, especially the Mary McGraw tea, very, very, very nice. You just got a measurement cup, you go there, you can get it. You contact these people. The business manager, Prince B. Gray, Senior, you can call in as well on 0776 369 805. 0776 369 805. 0888 85 6776, and you can talk to him and they will get you on, give you a location and tell you maybe you want to be your agent, you want to go to buy, you want to you got this person, or you yourself been talking for a long period of time and are spending you some money for one place to another, but yet conditions are still the same. You know a friend, you got your relatives, you got your child. There are people who normally say, oh, the children younger fool or Goa. We saw all of these videos on yesterday where people are dancing. Somebody who could not even walk for pretty close to 8 years plus. A lady who said, and she has not conceived for the last 14 years since she born her first daughter, which is 14 now. She's 8 months pregnant. After coming in contact with these people and started to use these things and they apply, and today they're all enjoying it. The benefits there. She's about to have a second kid. Listen to a medical practitioner who are also talking. The pressure was always a problem for him. He goes to the hospital to take his checkup until he came in contact with somebody when he heard it and tested it today. His pressure is stable and he's moving cool, and he continues to. People are going there, they're buying, they are meeting to some of the good things that these things are doing, these things. And don't think it's quasi or the other side. Actually, they've been accredited by the government, certificated, and they are not doing anything behind. So yeah, so the government went, they made inspection. The team from the Ministry of Internal Affairs, people from the Health Ministry, everything, all of these things being tested, and they are supplying these drugs right now. So you can go there. Don't give money on the side. They got a code of conduct for the employees. Yeah. You see the chief executive officers, they got a business manager, program manager, fee manager, the secretary, county supervisors. They are currently in 4 counties and planning to expand across the 15 sub-level division of our country. So if you go there, you can find them. It's according to them, Zozo, Vonjima, in Banga, Bon County, and in Morovia, Maserado, in Minga as well. And people are getting to them. People have been treated in the process, So don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. These things can work. Those leaves weren't put together. That those are the things our folks are using way back in those days. Even today, go to the rural parts. You find all old men will tell you, I have never gotten sick in the last 10, 15 years. I've never been to the hospital because when my head is aching, I know what leads the board. My stomach want to throw me, I know exactly. And this is just the symptom. Yeah, this is just the symptom. So the guys are here. They call them the Marine, my guy for life. Healing Center International. They have a centralized management system capable of ensuring that decisions are well debated before being finalized. So they sit on the round table and be able to say some of these things and make sure that they can get some of these things done. So you can go there. But the tea is nice, actually. The tea is nice, especially for somebody who's suffering from ulcer, low sperm count, or you have not been able to conceive as a woman for a long period of time and want to have kids. I can recommend that to you. You can also try that. Some of you, the men, who cannot properly do your homework, you can also count on that Yes, and it will actually help you get to a level that you can get some of those. So their WhatsApp number as well. You can call them on +231 777 444 591 077 2159 187. The bell says 0773 565 253. Yeah. Sure, indeed, you will certainly have somebody to talk to you, give you the direction. They will explain to you basically what they offer and ask you what's your problem. Maybe you got somebody, but it's not an area where when people sick, you will told and carry them to be kept there and treated. No, you get there, you get the medicine, or whoever can go there for you. You can move and start to apply it. In the first 3-4 days, you notice the sign that indeed you are coming back to normality, and all of these things are working out for them. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, and you will be one of those living testimony from the Larry McGuire for Life Healing Center there in Bonas Fine around the Kumai. Some tissue factory. Get there. They welcome you. They will talk to you, and the employees are well organized and well coordinated. It's not just there waiting on the side, giving money, and we're hoping that. And they are also the products are not products that you can just go to duplicate. No, the products are made right there, packaged. You get there. You will have what you want, explain your problem. Some of you guys so on your feet for years, you know, and you're thinking, oh, they're wishing. Some of you, your low eyesight, you don't see this thing. You get up, all of these things are there. You use it, rub it on your body. You got the hot tea, the Mary McGraw hot tea. Very nice. Got the measurement for it. Make sure not just hot water, but the water should be boiled. You boil the water, and don't allow it to get cold. And start to take a sip, you know. Take a sip until it is done. And you will also start to realize the treatment and how it starts to work. So the folks are there. So for some of you who listening this morning want to be part of it, we will open the lines, listen to you, we will give you the direction, and hopefully probably they could place a call to tell you. They will be on the show sometime and tell you exactly what are some of these things. Because for too long we just said, oh, they brought the other herbs from the country. This one is right here. Right here. Right here. That's why right in Liberia. And the business manager is responsible for all business decisions that help promote the institution. And what they do there, the Married for Life Healing Center International, they have a code of conduct that regulates the activity of its workforce. There are also other policies that are in alignment with those of national policy that protect records and regulate management action in terms of contract and labor practices regulations. So they are not into bad labor practices, because if they do that, they will certainly not be helping themselves in the process. So you can get there. There are a lot of success to it. There are a lot of folks according to them. The mission is to work towards healing the sick, and to see that the sick are healed everywhere in the world. And so the location there at the center, the Married for Life Healing Center International, has so far been established in 4 of the 14 or 15 political subdivisions of our country called Liberia. with clinical uplight situated in Vonjeman and Zosa in Lofa County, Ganta in Nimba County, Banga in Bon County, and Monrovia in Montserrat. The center hopes to establish, according to them, they hope to establish uplights throughout the country before the close of the year, the close of 2025. So you can go there. Make sure you contact the business manager on these numbers: 0776 36 9805, 0776 36 9805, 0888 856 776. These are the numbers. As you call, they will pick up your calls and attend to you, and will give you further detail, tell you exactly how, and you will be able to explain. Tell them, look, this is why I'm calling Shopping Fund, and they will be able to help you in the process. But they are actually great and doing wonderful things into our country. Yeah, you know, some of us, we have not been people who believe in the tumor herbs, but I've seen what these things are doing, and some of us are trying to test it now, because we not take some of these things. But from what I've seen, we were there yesterday. I saw a lot of spirit, man. I saw a lot of things from myself, and I was shocked.
If anyone do not believe in herbs, for me, I'm a living witness. I benefited, and I'm still benefiting. And I want all of you listening, if you have anyone who have a problem, reach out to them, give them a try. Because there are others who have been into this business, who have led to others who are doing well to always justify, because there are always bad apples among all of the apples. You know, some of you have made effort, been going to some of these places, and you have not succeeded. But never give up. Remember, quitters are not winners, and winners are not quitters. So you do all you can so as to have the life of your family members or whoever you want to take there to be safe. Go and give it a try. You'll never regret it.
No, you won't. You won't.
Never regret it.
I've seen that for myself, and you know, I found.
There are a lot of people there. They are fake people. Yeah, they are into the business. Now it's clear. You can weigh out. Can get some bad apples among us as journalists. Despite all of the bad apples that they have had, we still have good ones. So go and try this one.
That's why they said, because we try to ask them, do you have a holding center where people sick, they come here, they say no, that's not the business. They did not go in such agreement with government.
No.
They put us out there, you just go, explain to them they teach you how to apply it, and after a period of time, you got a dose. You know, when it's finishing, you want a new set, you can go there again. And all of these things, the numbers are available, they are not, nobody taking money on the side. They got code of conduct for the employees.
Yes, that was actually kept my sight on, because it's important. So that helped to regulate the movement and all activities leading to a functional institution. Anyone who will go above their limit will be penalized, because they don't want people to just randomly be, accepting a crooked deed or stage management until they know they don't want to do it. Because for us, before we get involved, even to bring the jingle, we ask all of the hard questions, because we feel that our institution, anything that is presented to you for consumption should be in the best interest of you. So when you come here, hey, I want to make this, we ask you all of the hard questions. We want to know, because it's important to do all of the best things we feel that we can do. Anything outside of that, we are not into it. So give it a try, and you'll never regret.
Yeah, sure indeed. Give it a try, you will never regret. But it's always good that we have these things to help a lot of you. I know some of you have tried a whole lot. You spend hugely on some of these things, and yet still the problems still are the same. You got your relatives who've been down for a long period of time. You say, oh, the man got stroke. Yeah, he can't walk. the man got this problem. The pressure is so low, and all of these things. But these folks are working on them, and other folks are currently living testimony to all of these things that they have said to us, and we were there to have seen it for ourselves on yesterday.
Yeah. So next Wednesday, the Supreme Court will be coming down with the verdict of the bill of information filed by Battle Speaker. So while we're telling you to go and get your medicine, because every healthy nation, you must have the people being healthy. So while you go there, trust us. When you go there, you'll be a witness to what we're telling you. Please go there, get your medicine, and follow the instruction. The way they will instruct you to take the medicine, that's how you're going to take it. And one notion or one attitude we as Liberians, including myself, we have had is that when we are in extremely or when we are in severe pain and we start taking the medicine, just as we notice the pain is going down, you feel reluctant to end the dose. It's not a good thing. Follow the instruction they're going to give you. If they say take all three, take all three. Even if you feel much better or you better, make sure you complete the dose. That is a very good advice that anybody would take. But many of us, when we experience skin hotness and we take 1 or 2 pills, just our skin get cool, we feel that we're okay now, we're going by our vein. It's not good. So we'll continue to give you this information because it's very important. Never you say never until you get the results you want. Go there, and when they ask you, tell the people, say that Kool FM sent us.
Yeah.
Tell them. And the more you even tell them that Kool FM sent you, your chances could be there. There will be all of things that will be better for you, but we want you to be there because ourselves. I'm going to be there hopefully on tomorrow after the show. I will go and pay an official visit there. My colleagues and big brothers were there, and I'll also go and see for myself. Though I understand how herbs work, how important is it, and believe me, it's very good for you. It is very, very good. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we were there and had a chance to have gone there, and we know exactly why you feel like and how others are now giving their own testimony. You could be one of those persons who will go and give your testimony as well. We're talking about what you have experienced in the process. Yeah, so let me say to all of you, it's a pleasure having you join the conversation, wherever you are. So you just go there. The guys are there, they are waiting to pick up your cards. Right now, if you call them, they will certainly pick up your cards. And you can go there, take your relative there, or explain, and they will be able to give you a sense of direction. They'll be able to tell you exactly what to do, how to apply these things, follow the instruction. Get the numbers, make sure that everybody will just go there, or you find people, make sure you got these numbers safe. That when you are calling, that people can actually reach out. So it is the Marie for Life Healing Center International, on that fine community opposite the tissue factory there. And they got the Marie, my guy, hot tea. The tea is nice. You got a whole lot of work to do for you. There are a lot of things that you've been suffering from. You talk about all the other small sicknesses, That for instance, the tea, these are some of the infection or diseases that normally kill. You're talking about diabetics, people that are diabetic patients. You talk about sexually transmitted diseases, growth, asthma, rheumatism, low blood pressure, eyes problem, also stroke, and etc. So there are a whole lot of things they can do, and they've been doing it. You can go there, you'll see some of the videos, you'll see some of those evidences, those facts,
and
that's what they have done. And not just saying it, but they will be able to display some of these things so you could see and say, oh, but then.
One of the most important things I want all of you to understand is that remember, before the Western medicines came to Africa, there exist herbs. There exist herbs. And our traditional medicine that we have based on the kind of sickness or sicknesses you've been suffering from. But we know very well the tree roots, the bark, the leaves, and so many parts of the trees have been there helping us. And we must take it very serious. We must take it very, very serious. There are different sicknesses that we are being healed from. And we don't want you to joke with it. And we take a look at what they say, that what statistics shows that 60% of the West African indigenous tracked down by various diseases survive as a result of positive impactfulness of herbal supplements. Please believe me. When you go, you tell thank you, and the guys where you can say when you get it, you thank all later. That one at social media talk.
Yeah.
When you go there, you thank all later because you never regret why you went there, and why you going for will be there, and Jesus.
So they are in Bonasman. You can get there. You can get it. So you once again you can call the business manager on 0776 369 805 0888 856 776 this morning.
Yeah.
So you can make your way there. So if you got your family in other parts of Liberia, they're suffering on some of these things, you're following us, get the numbers, make a call, and they will show you. They're currently in 4 counties, but they said before the close of the year, they want to be in the 15th sub-rural division of our country. There are others who can benefit from what others are benefiting from. So let it not just be restricted to these 4 counties, but rather across Liberia, because it said the mission is to heal the sick around the world, not just limited to Liberia.
Oh yes, and you can also use some of these numbers as WhatsApp numbers.
Yeah.
For some of us who might not have, because there are some of us who do not have strength for calls. We believe our fingers can do the talking. So you can go on a WhatsApp chat and you can send them a message. They are very responsive. They are waiting for you to interact with you and provide all of the answers to your inquiry. They are waiting for you. Do it now. And at the end of the day, you know exactly what we're telling you. Okay? But it is important to know that they are waiting for you. And when you are healed, it is a blessing to everyone. Don't forget, the more lives we save, the more happy we become. And that's the reason why they are fully capacitated to provide you the treatment. They also bring you greetings and best wishes as a management staff of the Marry for Life Healing Center International. The Marry for Life Healing Center International is an authorized herbal treatment center in the Republic.
Yeah, so those of you who got your brother, your father, your mother, your loved one with stroke, they also are involved into making sure that you can walk with it.
They are recognized.
Low blood pressure. They are not operating behind the government, fully in the know of these people. The government accredited them. You go there, you see, people from the Ministry of Internal Affairs who go when they do inspection, people from health and all of these things. So they are there. You can pose all of the questions to them, they will answer it. Once you call these numbers and tell them exactly what you suffered from and how long you've been suffering from it, and what you also intend to do, and they will give you a solution to the problem and will tell you exactly, you know, how things are. So for somebody, we'll play the Jinko again, and from there we'll talk about something else because shortly we'll have our guests, hopefully. And Steve, the former Maserati County Superintendent, respond most likely to be here this morning.
Executive order. Now today, if you take a tour from the Boulevard Junction in 77 what do you think of the assessment so far?
So the way I see it is there are a lot of points also. First of all, before anyone builds, you should do so with the approval of the Sunnis. No one is allowed to build in the wetland. No one is allowed to build in an alleyway. That is not happening. So when you look all around, there's no Sunni. All of these mangrove swamps have been occupied because people are building structures there. Alleyways have been occupied by homes. So it's just a total mess, right? We want to solve that. Many of you, when you leave from here now, you cross the border, you go a few times, you come back and you see what you saw. But we want to solve the problem. Yes, some people will want to be resistant and all of that, but we still have to do it. I know for now there will be a lot of people who may not appreciate it, but what the people normally say is the end will justify the means. In the end, all of us will appreciate it. Have you asked yourself why when it rains, a lot of flooding, people's homes have been taken away? The waterways are blocked by structures that should not be there. Do we allow it to be so forever? No. Should there be a leader who should stand up and say, now is the time to solve it? I say yes. And we now have that leader, President Waka. And these things are also popular. I was standing over there when a lot of people were passing by. And the other guy was saying, let's go all the way down to 77. I said, why have been there? He said, oh, that would be nonsense on the road. That was his word. So it means that even the citizens want to see these issues resolved. What I would want to say is that the citizens should just cooperate. It's for their own good, it's for the good of the country. In the end, we'll all be proud of what we have as a city or as a country.
If you look at some of the places we tour, you see some structures that some way somehow define some of the folks who own those properties. If you want to claim they are untouchable.
I'm not sure anybody will be untouchable in this city because there must be justice and fairness. If you consider a particular group of people untouchable and other people are affected, then the process is not fair. I'm not sure that is something the government is ready to do. The process will have no sacred cow. If you are in the wrong place, even if the house you build is 200,000, the other person is in the wrong place, they build a house that costs just 1,000, it will be clear. So there should be no. It's just a matter of maybe the process, the procedures, and all of that. It is easier to break this thing shut down than to break a 3-story building down. So the fact that the 3-story building may not be down does not mean that it is empty. So that's how I see. Look, there's some countries still loaded that even we broke down the National Culture Center where we should have built the RLJ Hotel. And then we procured 52 acres to build a new culture center. You know how many of that land remaining there now? Just 11. All the other ones gone. Illegal squatters, where it is in the alleyway, wherever they're building, everywhere. We just did a resurvey 2 weeks ago. And at the end of that resurvey, we determined all those illegal structures, they have to take them down. They will take them down. Just make things to work there.
One of the places we went, one of the persons who own the area said, many a times on the places or the structures are being demolished, the government just leave it like that. They don't do anything on that particular place where the structure, is. And somehow people use that place to be like dump site. What would be the government's,
so that could be a general concern, but let me say this to you. We don't have to be ready right now to build something in a particular place if it is in the wrong place to break it down. If it is not supposed to be there, it will have to come down. Whether something happens there later, it's something else for us to talk. So if you're in the waterway, if you're in the alley, wherever you are, that the structure not supposed to be, it will be taken down because it's illegal. Will it be important to do development there later? Yes. But will you wait to have all the resources to do development there before you take it down? You will make the pool be entrenched, and then later on it will be difficult to solve it. Solve it now, the space will be there, and it will drive the test and quest for development.
Madam Minister, with the session of breaking down structures within the waterway, does the government have any other plan to prevent floods during the rainy season, this upcoming rainy season?
So part of the plan to prevent is what we're doing now. You know what causing the flood?
In the interest of the country. So whatsoever judgment this Supreme Court come up with, I will abide by it.
What's the expectation?
My expectation is to rule in the interest of the law. That's my expectation, and I believe in that. So you see, like some of the questions I asked almost Vanishemo, you know, not take for example the Chief Justice here, then will sit down upstairs and say the Chief Justice will come up to us. You think that's a procedure? He said no, that's not the case, you know. Vanishemo is very old, you need to retire now. Because enforcement, I'm not insulting the council, people can get old. People can get old. When people get old, you know, and the mistake someone up there. I know New Joseph Walker was 85-year-old going to a 90 of that going to power. You see his brain had collapsed and
that's strange. That's strange.
Let's go to the issue right for which we are here for. Yeah, let's go straight to the point for which we are here, right? You stuck in a minority bloc. Now, how can you analyze everything that went on there?
The people on the bench kept saying Article 33 and 49. What 33 say, what 49 say? The Constitution recognizes Natl lntl. That's what the people keep saying. The Constitution does not recognize a Tomo Fala while the Speaker is present. So they asked Councillor Sherman, when the Deputy Speaker in a rebel group was sitting, was the Speaker present? He said, yeah, the Speaker was in one room. Everybody just laughed. You know, you can't do this to the country.
In one room, that to me, he was absent.
I mean, he was present, but they don't want to say he was present. You know, people got a personal issue with Natl lntl they go and solve it, like Councillor Sherman. Councillor Sherman got his personal issue with some case that Natl lntl went with before. So he have taken the thing personal and leaving the interest of the Liberian people. The interest of the Liberian people first. And we think the Supreme Court will rule. The Supreme Court, I don't want it to rule to say in my favor. Let them just rule. So the ruling is, you say antiviral, autoviral, coronavirus. The people don't understand, and the Chief Justice said it. The Chief Justice said we will not interpret or will not give our ruling for the marketeers, but we give our ruling for the councillors, you councillors, to be able to understand the ruling. And they understood it very well.
So you listen to the various judges, including the boss herself. Do you think there's a possibility of the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the majority bloc?
No, the Supreme Court will rule in favor of the law.
I'm just asking what
no, the Supreme Court, no, I don't want to have that notion that the Supreme Court will rule in favor of the minority or the majority. The Supreme Court law, because after this time, they will go to the public will judge them. You know why they got some lawmakers in the time when they pass, people don't recognize them? People say, of course, I agree. But if you didn't advise me 6 years ago, don't advise me now. I don't need your advice. If you thought I was causing 6 years ago, you should advise me to stop it. Why you want me to stop insulting one reckless man? And I told him, I said, reckless worker, if you win this election and you don't proceed the right way, I will tell you things more than this. You think Joseph Walker is surprised? He's not surprised.
Bishop Yeke, you're talking to the president.
I'll be in church.
You said you're a bishop yesterday.
The Chief Justice, according to what she said, that she needs to beat up her security or more protection of her life. Because
she knows that they think it's about the Liberian people. The judgment she will make will not satisfy me, will not satisfy all the people. So she needs her security. You have to be frank with that. She needs her security. You got to be frank with that. Look at, for example, Jim Kool there bossing door. You think want to rule against Jim Kool there? You think Jim Kool will be happy? Rachel Kool has already shown to all his girlfriends, including the woman that he carried the child to go and do DNA to the children out for him. You think when he lost that position, when they rule against him,
Bishop Yeke, you should stick to the post. You should stick to. You should.
Can you talk about your suspension? Can you talk about your suspension?
Back to the Chief Justice.
Yeah, so you see, some have to be clear with the issue, right? Look, this is a case that will get people frustrated. They will rule against me and get frustrated.
So just verify your claims that the vice president was for his illegal.
Bossman, we got the information, and my information is reliable. Like Jeremiah Kool is harassing the people. Look, by that statement from the Chief Justice, a proof that what I've been saying are true. Because in the first
Director of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, FPRC, in a language from demolition that took place allegedly, but she's going to explain her side because we want to know exactly. She's been in the news. But like we said earlier, I will open the lines to hear from some of you shortly as it relates to what we earlier on discussed, looking at what's happening right now. The former managing director of LWSC, Jonathan Mara, they have reached an agreement with LCC to restitute why the bigger team of former Chief of Protocol to President former President Noah Finambondo, they have rejected the invitation and said she will not subject herself to that team. From the asset recovery team, they shouldn't have been there today. Well, we don't know, but so far so good. Let's talk to some of our callers as we are with our guests. Good morning. You're welcome. You got the number? But you got the number? You got the number? Okay, you can call it and they will show you where they are. You can get there and explain, and they will tell you what to do, and they will tell you how to apply whatsoever they will do. You're welcome. Yeah. 0775-919-919-0880-919-919 the numbers. Let's talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. We keep saying Mother too.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Josiah. Listen, thank you. I listened to you guys at the period discussion concerning the asset recovery thing about you. You know, we see in the country, something got to be wrong for us. Most of the time, those are going to be leaders. You know, it's baffles me that when you serve, and someone say, come and get a kind of worship, and someone telling me you're not going there. We will not go there, but after we're not here, and this number one, someone took us home, in language the answer of this for years. When someone takes us home, in language the answer, it's all this, almost over there. But when they say, oh, you will come, you are led, they don't want to lead, they don't mean you get it. They are not in that, they say, come, and answer questions with some things that are going straight to us. Someone said, no. We are going there. Then creation right to the other going to the world. So the Supreme Court. It took almost 7 or 10 months. The Supreme Court said, you're right. The president right. So give her the job they're doing. Now, when they're doing right, the Supreme Court, there's other president, but it was doing right. Now, she said, I'm submitted a lot of documents to the other committees for the GSA. What are the other documents that I'm abroad? We invited you here to come and help us. So we need permission also. She said she not staying there. She said, you saw the confirmation on the radio. suspect it. Please let me help us for your information. If you want to know the document, but please go on a project. You saw your arrest.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, sir.
I need that number because I also and half already giving help. So please, help me my number. And the great around we're talking about now, tomorrow, freedom, your country belongs to every one of us. When we continue to go today, or the asset recovery team, then where are we? Yesterday, we give the power to the people, and you people were respected. Today they're calling you. What? Go around, let's come around. You gotta respect the country. You gotta respect the rule of law. You gotta respect every entity that in the government. We shouldn't disgrace ourselves. Please, when the people sing for you, I want man, you stay looking for power. People couldn't forget about power looking sweet. They get tasting of sugar. They get tasting of salt. They get everything I need. Tomorrow, the little dollar that you have, it going down. You still need some money, you still need power. So please go to the people. Let the people ask you a question. So please, the country asking you. Thank you this morning.
Thank you. And you can take the number now, and Jimmy Johnson, you can take the number. You can call them on 0776 369 805. That's 0776 369 805 or 0888 856 776. 0888 856 776. Let's talk to other callers on the line this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Well, good morning, us.
I'm Sidney Rapport. I'm calling from the Concerned Community Network of Liberia.
You're welcome.
We're looking at the way our country is proceeding, the direction our country is taking. So we are able to recognize the institution, but we are concerned the country is not proceeding right. Your communities. So communities, we have a significant role to play. We need you people, we need your partnership, we want to work with you people, the radio stations, there are a lot of things we'll be doing. Let's see what's happening. People in our own country, we don't want to respect the rule of law. In our own country, our people in country, no drug at the JFK or the law because people say how they go. Or we prepare to buy a Jeep of $5,000 when they say they fly in trouble property, we go to hospital to help ourselves. Here I was together, we want to do this together. We want to visit the radio station to give us a airtime so we be able to explain to the Liberian people the initiative and what we are putting our for our country.
Okay, thank you. Thank you this morning for being part of the conversation. 0775 919 919 080919 919. Yes, shortly we will cross over to our guest this morning, but let's talk to this caller before we go for very quickly. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. I will look at that number. I'll message it. I put in my radio on.
All right, let me read it out for you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, your numbers are 0776 369 805 0776 369 805. Let us say 0888 856 776. 0888 856 776. These are the numbers you can certainly call this morning. But let's take this break quickly. When we come back, we all share in our senior discussing this morning.
I went to Joseph to look into people, and there were awards. From couple people. We came here, representative from Ghana. Now I'm staying where the friend is. I will carry that into my home. People will vote for Kool. The result come here. The people there. We will see. But I think that I go away. So I understand this business. I know where it is. Don't waste your food.
Don't waste your food. Some of the poor running.
As soon as I'm a secretary, we can't have a meeting. So tomorrow, when the people are publishing, from now on, we're going out here. We say, I thank you. The people stay respect you. The people that listen to you, the one that do that. You can't listen to that. Then you lose from behind.
Sarah, the first network issue here.
See, God can be rare when they work together. For other people, that after election, you will see them. And for other people after election, you can't see them. And when you feel that you can see them, and when you are there, and you want to be with your people, you got to stay with them into a bad
time. On this Thursday morning, the 17th day in the month of April, in the year stands at 2025, former Masterado County Superintendent, as well as former Managing Director of Liberia Refined Petroleum Company, PRC. One of the greats.
I think she was
okay, the other person. All right, that's good to have you this morning.
and a former vice tenor bearer as well for the Liberia National Union. One of the vice president.
Let's now cross over to say it's a pleasure having you. Good morning. This is it's good to have you here this morning on this wonderful Thursday morning. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, that's wonderful to have you. I said like outside of government, or I say like for you. How you been doing?
Always doing good. With the Lord on my side. I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
Well, yeah, with no time to waste, there have been a couple of news, and we want to go strictly to the point so we can have it addressed. That you've been, reporting that you are being arrested, charged with crime of mischief for allegedly destroying properties valued at US $241,450. Now, one there. And first of all, how this all started before we reach this point about these charges and all of that?
Yeah, well, it's like demolition and coming up the morality Kool and other arrest for you. How is it like? Walk us through exactly where we are into this Abednego matter and how you link to such.
Okay, let me just give you all the history of the whole case.
Okay.
I administer the property of my family.
Okay.
I mean, I administer a lot of property, family, loved ones, friends, and so on and so forth. But this particular property is situated to a farm. The property of my late aunt, Amma McGill, Gertrude McGill Finley is her aunt. And I administer this property on her behalf, which also I own about an acre also from her. And we have been in court for the past 17 years.
Wow.
1 and 7, 17 years. And after we won the case, I said, well, looking at our society, trying to harmonize things and bring peace amongst ourselves, why don't we just, resell the land to those who are occupying the land first? And we decided to go into the process. It was during the time of former President Weah.
Okay.
And I went to the ministry, they sent me to the Ministry of Justice. The then Minister Dean said that they had a group called the ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution, which would get involved to ensure that this was done. So we went, we called a meeting with the community leadership and people, residents. It was a very beautiful meeting. I didn't go to the meeting because people told me not to go. So I left him with them because, you know, right now, society, everybody's just angry. If you're wrong, you're angry. You're right, you're angry. Everybody just vexed. Everybody is almost mad. So after that, this was in 2022.
2022.
Yeah. So we dragged it on to 2023, and they had another meeting with the community leadership and the governor of the borough at the time at the Ahmadiyya school. And when we got to that meeting, people said, "Oh, don't go there, the people are angry." I said, "I'm helping these people, they shouldn't be angry. This is family inheritance. People fought war in this country, they left and came back, and people have stolen people's property and sold it to other people, and they try to regain their property. It shouldn't be an issue." You know, and so while the meeting was on, I went there and stood outside and started to talk to 2-3 persons. The entire hall came outside to me. And I made some sense to them. I said, what will it cost you after living here all these years for us to come and demolish this place? It doesn't look nice. The family has agreed not to sell it to anybody else. But it would be a good idea. Go play. So I'm pressing them, telling them, no, this is not true. Yet there will be people who will believe you. So it's okay. The only way we know ourselves, we come and show the border point. The guy from the Board of Arbitration, from the Land Authority, the surveyor, the land administrator, the police from the Ministry of Justice, everybody on that National Fast and Prayer Day in 2023. Let's go show these people the bonus elections, right? And former Representative Fall was running that district. He had promised them that he knew nobody takes their land. So I was on National Fast and Prayer praying for them too, I think. And they were cursing, jubilating with all kinds of, you know, slogans, insults. Even at that, I went back to them. I got my writ of possession, which you can see here, and I'm going to give you. So sometimes when we address that there, but let me just give you the writ of possession from the Civil Law Code after 17 unbroken years. If I wanted to take the law in my hand, I have all those years to do it. The first lawyer on this case was former Associate Justice Namwe. He was the very first lawyer. I think about receiving Justice Namwe. It shows how patient I have been. It shows how Christian I am. It shows how godly I have been. Because somebody hear, oh, the pastor, I say, yeah, the Holy Week. And the same week, he's up here, pour out of the temple. He had yellow machine, said, he'll come to use it. On people who can understand. But anyway, they didn't listen. So one day I called, I got the second writ of possession in 2024. I called Senator DeLong. I said, this is your county. Can you all help me to explain to these people that this is the situation? I really want them to revive. Senator DeLong said, I will give you the Sibos number, Representative Sibos. I called him. And knowing the kind of gullible society we live in, knowing the kind of way people behave, the first thing they'll say, I bribed Dixon Sibo, he on my side. So he too was a friend. So he called Kool Jackson from the Land Authority, and they asked me to take my documents there. I took the entire document from day one to finish. Kool Jackson said, when the Board of Arbitration rules in a case, the case is over. So what Mrs. Spine is offering is good for these people. Let them rebuy. At that point, few started creeping and saying, we will. In the darn minute. None of them did. Then we took the writ, went to the police gave us, that's 2024 now, the police gave us protection. We paid for police, we got on it, we paid for the yellow machine, we got on our land. They started crying, calling, we beg you, we ready now, blah, blah. How long? 18 years? So no problem, we agreed.
Did you take sharing review along with the police?
What? That should be a question. If the court gave me possession, I don't. This is my point. You don't even hand out your rate of possession until they finally put you in possession. That's why I'm shocked at the court giving somebody a rate of arrest when I have not even seen the rate of arrest. And the next thing on Facebook rather, I got in my car and I drove to the court. Nobody arrested me. Nobody handcuffed me. See the beautiful picture I put on one of my young girl picture of my hand on my side.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't match the story, you know. I think that's pimping journalism. A good journalist doesn't write like that. So you get hustling in the court for stories. This is totally unacceptable. This is unfair. People have their inheritance. What we should be fighting against are those land criminals who are involved in selling people property. They should be arrested and put into jail and will save our country a little more. So let's forward the story.
Yes.
The yellow machine gun, the former pro tem Jala is also on that land. He was also evicted. The pro tem Jala go to the court to run after it. No, because he knows that this land isn't his. Instead, he is also willing to rebuy. So 2 persons out of the 9 acres of land my family owns.
He's a legal man.
Of course. 2 persons, 2 letters I have done with them. I literally, personally, in my physical body, went on that land. They all came around me. I said, look, let me hold your feet. I beg you, you'll come and rebuy. Ask them, you know. Yet they choose not to listen. Because like it's a horrible society. Somebody will go get one reader arrest, chunk it on Facebook, and because the name Chris Fine, so it's all the time. Oh, family member, everybody calling. I said, hey, nobody arrested me. I didn't commit any crime. I got legal. You can see the possession, right?
Yeah.
I got a legal rate of possession. This case was won in 2022. I begged the people in 2023, back then in 2024, and I'm still begging from them in 2025. But there's no more begging again because the 2 persons have told me, Grace Man, let's see people, and all of a sudden, she go to the money. They arrogant place where people, everybody is so violent, and you just go to a yellow machine, no police, no sheriff. And so you see some people who are not sound, level-headed, they just write foolishness. But you see, I'm built for that. I'm immune to those kind of pettiness. But it's also important that I clear the air because there are many lives that depend on what I do. So it's very important that I be here today to say what I got to say.
Now, okay, you said you took yourself to the court. What was said at the court? Because it was all been published in local days or on social media.
They think I was social media before I got there.
Yes. What was the interaction? What was
when
said
I got
in
there,
the
I sat and waited for my lawyer.
Okay.
And the lawyer came. The lawyer had to show them my rate of possession. Basically, what else could you show? So they have a lawyer there claiming that one Kool sue me, but this people doesn't care. And see how, you know, they got some also pamper lawyers. Lawyers who just can go anywhere, take any money from anybody. These poor people should have taken the money and come and send me to Spain where to rebuy your family land. Instead, they give it to one hungry lawyer. Not all the lawyers are crooks in quotes, but there are some crooks in quotes that have become lawyers. Took this money from these people, instead of encouraging them as a legal person. Look, this won't have a rate of possession. What can we do to help remedy the problem? Instead, he makes a fool out of them. That would disgrace her. You're not disgracing me, you are displaying your ignorance. I'm not ashamed of what I've done because I've gone to the extreme. I've done my ultimate best to make these people to understand you can own this property for yourself through the legal process and from the right people.
So how they derive are these figures attached?
Except you are the clerk, you know, I see a clerk of court. So I don't know why the judges don't read this paper. And this is I'm going to write the Chief Justice.
Did you see the structure that was there that is being reported that you demolished? If you were doing a appraisal, was it a structure that people were already residing in?
One of them was kind of like makeshift looking. It was concrete though, but the whole porch was like falling. The other ones was just a very new house that they just built, but it's not fully completed, but it was roofed. And we just broke the porch off, just with the machine. The machine through our instruction. And
were you present?
You know I won't be present.
Okay.
Obviously, nobody even goes to people after the win case. They hardly see you. Like I told somebody, the person in America, and they call me, oh, you know I got place over there, blah, blah, blah. See, you know what? You're in America, when you owe in rent, you don't even see the person you rented from. When they're ready to put your things outside, they put it on the street, and nobody you pick phone to call. But in Liberia, you can run to one court, where a lot of people are irresponsible, who don't care, don't understand the importance of people's images and character. They just write nonsense and next minute give it to a journalist. This shouldn't reach a journalist until I'm being served. But the next minute on Facebook, and by the time I saw it, I said I'm going to the court.
So up to now you are not being served any rate of arrest?
Oh no, I got it, but you see my copy, this is the copy.
Okay. So I heard you say you're going to officially communicate with the Chief Justice.
Yes, because I want to understand the issue of the law. Maybe those who are legal people out there will understand better than I do, because I'm not a legal mind 100%, but I got some sense in me. A court under the law, a court of competent jurisdiction, gave me a writ of possession. If you look at that document, you see one is possession and one is repossession.
Yeah.
So that means somebody went back to the place we moved them from. So we have to repossess. Then another court comes to be sent for arrest for my layman idea. Your name again?
I'm Emmanuel.
Emmanuel did something, and the court sent for him, and he just refused to show up. Then the court can say now he's wanted, go and arrest him. I'm an eminent citizen in this country. What said, I've not broken any law. This thing was done according to law. So what? I'm not saying the judge doesn't have the right to write, but I want to know if this is legal. That you don't invite somebody, you don't summon somebody. One old man come in a court, calling himself out of a lawyer or an attorney at law, writes a bill that he has no idea how many people. Maybe the new man it's impossible to make it 1 million. You must wait for 200,000 and make it 1 million. And say, okay, that $1 million for the property. Go for the time the people stay there and order that. And kind of stress and mental everything. Add all the way, but he not well enough for us to give up it.
So in accepting the rate of arrest, you waited for your lawyer. What did your lawyer say? What's the advice he has given you so far?
But my lawyer can't give me any other advice than what the court has given me. The court has given me my possession. The court has put me, and I think you just need to look at it, the court has put me in possession of that property. And let me sound this to everybody. If you have your family members over there and you started paying, say, oh, they arrest Graceman, get Graceman sitting right in the studio. Come and finish paying your money, get your deed and go your way. Take what is done and go, or else you will feel the weight of the law, the LA, the law. This is law. If I waited for 17 years to get this done, I don't see why a judge would just come. One old man come in one court and say, oh, they will want bring the people. Did you call me? Did anybody ask me? Okay, maybe the court get ready to just arrest people crazily. I'll give you a scenario. Former President Sirleaf, her late mother had a property on what's it called? Some portion of that property was given to our church. We went there to go work. You know what happened? I think you may hear about the Umaru Sheriff Nina is wanted. Umaru went there with gun and ran the people. Those are the people who should be chasing. Those are the people that should find paper to go catch. Not somebody who got court order. So why didn't these people go back to the same civil law court? Why did they go to the civil court? Because every court operates its own way. But yet and state should honor the law of the Republic of Nigeria. So you carry me there now. So if you are carrying the civil law court, the judge will say, oh no, we are ruling this case. No, so there's nothing to do about it. So you try to bypass the court. These people should be persecuted. But you see, you go waste your time, you go get a lawyer, you go to court. It's just a waste of money, time, and energy. It's so unfortunate to see our country go down a drain like this. Especially
how many areas of land are we discussing?
We are talking about 9, and I'll show you. Let me give you a little more details about the land. This land was owned by the late D2F. They call the place 2F Farm.
Yeah, 2F Farm, yes.
So you will know that the land we got, we didn't get it from passerbys or squatters. D2L was the owner of that property, and he divided the property with 4 of his children. Mona 2L Reese, William 2L, William 2L, and D2L Jr. They are the owners of that property. My uncle and auntie, Gertrude Finlay and Joseph Finlay, bought that land from Mona 2L Stephen, because he divided the land into portion. So who else could sell a 2L land?
What year are we talking about?
I don't have it on me right now, but I'm going to find it right now. Okay, I can find it here and let you know that. So I don't know how old is D2SD, but I think he bought it before the 90s. Yes, and then after the war, I went on that land before, but now see the entire land is occupied. Somebody selling land, they just sell everywhere. Your back door to my front door, even bicycle can ride through the land. Who really owns the land will sell to someone or not to somebody for $300? Or maybe he's just a nice person, right? You sell to one man for 10,000, 5,000, sell to another one. It doesn't make any sense. And these people need to understand. Somebody say, will that 2 read, but they call it 2 will that read sold the land to me. Or marry someone signed a deed. That deed, if I were a judge, I would tear it out of the court. I would throw it out of the court. I would squash it out of the court. But we have to take time to go there, go through the process with all these illegal things. And get it. I'll give you one scenario. There's a property that I personally own, my family, my sister, my children, and myself in Louisiana. Oh, Grace Man will own a whole Liberia. Ask Grace Man who land it is first before you talk. This is one of family property, my own land. The owner, the alleged criminal who said they own the land, carried me to court. The person they sold to carried me to court. Another guy claimed the land. The 3 of them got me in court. The people have 4 deeds for the one land. They want to, there's a border between them and myself that they want to take it. I told them no. Until your case is over, the day the court put it into your hands, and I said, please, let me buy it. You say, no, I leave it. If for you, you carry it, no problem. Do you know last night, 12 o'clock, they were billing? So when court gave me order, now I should go and hug their kids and say, you've done a good job, you know. This is unfair. If you say you own land, you carry me to court, wait for the court ruling. I'm waiting for 17 years, man, come on. Anyway, I had to call the police, but the police, they didn't get there. They almost caused riot, like 12 o'clock in the night, you are billing if the land is yours. You know, people tell them, oh, just bill. When you finish billing, you own it. It's not true. If you are there, don't let nobody fool you. This is the thing in this country, especially with the land business. Look, the land business is simple and very easy to solve. If only you are an honest person, you bring your deed, I bring my deed, you go to the archive, they open the book, they look there, they check, they get the history, then they find out who the grantor, who the mother person for the land. Do all the due diligence. But all in the archive, people are plundering, they're stealing, blocking people deal. These are the criminals who should be sending writ of arrest for. Go to the court, the DACA is stockpiled with land issue. Because people are not trying to resolve this issue. Rather, we are trying to send writ of arrest, give it to one journalist, he put it on the air, he makes story. He makes a story. And because if you attach it to, if you say Flomo Pee-wee or Mary Moore broke somebody play, nobody will get credence to it. But Grace Man are there with 103 lawmakers. Go to jail, somebody who I get rid of arrest for will send me to jail. This is unfair to our country. People should stop these kind of things. If you own a land, go through the legal process. Ensure that you get your ruling, it's accepted before you go.
I'd like to ask, are others coming already and paying towards? Because when you start with
other than 9 acres, I think if I'm not sure, maybe I have a lot and a half or 2. I refuse. Out of the entire 9 acres. Out of the entire 9 acres, only 2 persons. What are they depending on? They got brother in America. You see that kind of stupidity? You say, oh, money will fight her, will win her. For what reason? Because somebody is pushing you that you don't understand you've done wrong. You've taken somebody's property. No, after 1990, 1980, 1990, people fled this country for their lives in various ways. I lived here. I ate, what did they mean?
Pan carriage?
Pan carriage. I didn't like the pan carriage.
Yeah,
I went to bed, we ate from Renam. Oh yeah, Baba John was my major thing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. They put me in wheelbarrow and carried me. I remember Rabbi Freepo. I almost got killed by one of the former Senator Prince Johnson's guys. And I live here, I suffer here. I understand what suffering is. My family may not have been a very rich family, but it taught us discipline. And that's what most of these people don't have. You say you want to be a journalist. You don't know your subject, post pronoun from your verb all the lecturers finish high school, all of them get home now, so they can text themselves and go find more time to read. And just castigate people, just say all kinds of things. They don't even care. I'm built for a year, but I will help them because they are ignorant. And that's the most I could say about them.
So, the issue of the rebuying of the parcel of land they occupy right now is a good thing, but how are you intending to look at the prices? Because it's something that maybe could scare them as well.
No,
and all of that.
And let me tell you what I also told them. Look, all you needed to have done, say 2022, was to agree, say, I very want to buy it. This is what you come, you tell us, say, this is my deed. We go there and get somebody, no, you don't have deed. You measure your land. When we do the measurement of the land, if the land is actually correct, that is the size you say it is, We sit down and we discuss it without listening to the people in the building. I mean, those are details that you don't need for everything. The thing I want to deal with are they rate of the rest.
Are you talking about stipulation or offer?
Oh, not offer. No. Even if it took a year to pay for that, we don't have a problem with it. Okay. Even if it passed a year, we don't have it. These are things I've told them. They know, they are aware. They are very much aware.
You just go there.
I didn't go there once, I didn't go there twice, I went there over 10, 15 times. Literally, my people, Liberian people, begging these people, come and rebar. Who does it? Even after we carry a machine, it was hanging over the head. They say, we beg you, I brought it down. First time, second time. This is too much. This is unfair to me. It's unfair, very unfair.
So, when you take a look at this document, I've given you the right to take them from your land.
Of course. You call it writ of possession. I mean, and let me give you one biblical history before we go further. Somebody said, oh, she passed on the preaching love of God. Let me tell you what God told the children of Israel. In Numbers chapter 33, from 50 down to 55. He said, drive out the inhabitants, or else there will be prick in your eyes and thorn in your flesh. As long as that case is just lingering, I waste my life, my time, my resources, and my energy behind that figure. If you got your land somewhere, brother, and the people are there illegally, drive them out. Through the legal process. Go through the law. If you wanted to own it, give them an opportunity that Israel gave the Gibeonites. But don't sit down there and say, oh, you pastor, you Christian, so we are stupid. We don't have flesh and blood. We don't drink when the rice price go up. We don't pay for rice. When car price high, we don't pay for transport. I mean, I don't mind people just talk because they got mouths. It's unfortunate, man. It's something you need revival.
Yes. Now, let's look at the issue of land, because this is something that you also talk about. That there are a couple of cases on the docket of some of these courts. What are some of the means can we mitigate and avoid? The one place to another issue of land, because almost every part of Liberia now, the issue of land is there.
I'll give you a scenario. I was superintendent, right? We have an old man in Kool called Bele Kamara.
Yes.
Bele Kamara. Oh, everybody was afraid of Bele Kamara. When I thought to send for Bele Kamara, he goes, hey, you're not that man. I'm in a zoo. I said, but I'm the chief zoo because my own chief zoo that Jesus Christ himself. So I sent for Bele Kamara. I sent a message and said, make sure when you are coming, if you have children that are in school and can read and write, bring them. Any document you have for your land, bring it. Look, the land case is easy. People just don't want to resolve the issue. People don't, and they got some criminals. So let me say that there are some very good people at land authority. Some very smart. If I call name, people may envy them, so I won't call name. But there are also criminals at land authority that have printed deeds that I have gone to the former chairman and he had nullified. I'm telling you the reality. I have my uncle lived in Sweden all his life, he married to a Swedish woman. And the Swedish government was actually supporting the land authority. When she got to know I had a problem, she wanted to intervene. I told her, no, this is a Liberian thing. I don't think I should put my personal thing into this to destroy my